So the L tree filter is the new filter that lets you transform the landscape into the shape of a tree, right? Well, if you want to do that, you certainly can, but that's not the goal of this filter. Let's break down how the filter is structured. Upon adding the filter and establishing the first rule, this will be our parent rule or trunk, so to speak. Here we have the starting node in red and the first parent node in blue. At this point, you need to decide how many parent nodes you want to spawn, or a range of parent nodes. Let's say you just want 5 parent nodes. In the parent rule, you will just increase the count or how many repeats of the parent you want, and you will now have a total of 5 parent nodes. Also established by the parent rule, you can decide how many child nodes or child rules to apply. Say you want to spawn exactly 2 children per parent node. As shown in green, we have 2 child nodes per parent node. We can continue further by establishing that we'd like to add, say, 2 more child nodes per green child node, as noted by the orange nodes here on our graph. We can add as many exact nodes and rules that we want to a near infinite number of combinations and complexities, as well as position the nodes anywhere we want manually or by letting the generator randomly pick a number based on our parameters. Then, once we have everything we want, you can transform your L tree into anything with the other filters. You can create mountains, canyons, rivers, you name it. Let's go ahead and dive into these filter settings a bit further in World Creator 2. Upon adding the L tree filter, which is under the Design tab, you need to click Add Rule under the Properties to begin, then click Generate so we can see our first parent node, and then click on the rule space to open up the properties for that specific rule. Here we can adjust all the parameters for the main parent node, length between parent node to parent node, slope variation between them, change rotation of each node, how wide the nodes in this rule are, how smooth the transition is from the base to the top, the amount of starting nodes you want on this rule. Do you want exactly 5 nodes, or do you want it to generate a random value between 1 and 20, for example? And depending on the seed value up top, the Generate button will produce random results between the parameters you set. Say, for example, we want only 3 parent nodes. Set both repeat values to 3. Then say we want any random number of child nodes between 1 and 3. First, let's add a new rule by clicking Add Rule, drag the child rule to the parent rule, then click back on the parent rule and set the child count to be from 1 to 3. Click Generate, then each parent node based on your seed value may have the same number or a varying number of the child nodes spawn off of each parent. You can adjust all the parameters to fit the exact numbers you want or a range of numbers randomly selected by the generator based on your seed value. So this filter is very young and is still being developed quite heavily. We will cover this filter in more videos, but this is just for the underlying structure to understand how the rules are begun. Thank you for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.